Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Elvis Sibeko is the epitome of a man committed to advancing art and culture in South Africa. The award-winning professional choreographer has been part of countless productions, from the Artscape Theatre to festivals. Now, he's also the founder of a non-profit organization, Black Roots. So he joins us in studio to chat about his journey and all things dance. Now, you're speaking my language. The viewers at home know. I love dancing, but I also like to understand the minds of the incredible individuals that bring this to life. So welcome to the Loft. Thank you for coming through. Now, you have had such an incredible history and past with choreography and dance. How did it all start for you?
It all started actually in Davidson, where I grew up, and I joined an Indian dance company immediately when I finished school. And I was the only one who was not having a background training, and they will always call me Elvis from Norway, you know.
Oh.
I was like, when time goes on, I will be Elvis from somewhere. You know. Then I heard about the company called Jazz Dance Theatre in Cape Town, and I saw them performing at the Dance Umbrella in Joburg, and I saw their work. It was cargo. And I really loved it, you know. I said, no, this is the kind of theatre I want to go to and pursue. Then I came to Jazz Art, and I did my 3-year training program. I was accepted in the company to dance. And afterwards, I resigned. They employed me to be an outreach coordinator of Jazz Art. Then afterwards, I resigned. I went to the school, to the Western Cape Department of Education, and I taught in several schools. Then I left the country to Netherlands.
What a long journey already. I feel like we're in a 3-part movie of Elvis's journey to dance. No, but this is beautiful. And then you went abroad, so you got international influences helping you.
Yes, actually, it was through this opportunity of Infecting the City. I was performing at Infecting the City and also curating something new called a Youthscape, whereby I was involved in making sure that youth become part of the festival. And one of the lady from Netherlands that owns a company called Dog saw me perform, and we had an interview about how I want to spread out the South African dance style, not just to generalize it to say African dance, because that is very broad. It's a specific South African dance style. Then I went to Netherlands, got a contract for 3 years, and I was teaching in 4 universities, mainly South African dance style, because what I noticed that South African dance style are not popular in Western Europe, US, and all the stuff. When you're talking about African dance, there's no specific genre like Ispuja, Ispantu, La Crosse, and all the stuff. And also, I got an opportunity to learn more, that there's so much people that they needed to learn about our country, not in terms of the media, but the richness of our culture that holds, you know.
Absolutely. So I can only imagine for you the frustration of wanting to formalize traditional African dance, because we've got modern dance, we've got ballet, we've got jazz, but we don't have something that is proudly South African and speaks directly to our heritage. But you've done that and helped try formalize South African dance.
Yeah, the thing is that when you're looking at ballet, it is really coded. It's packaged very right, it's written. And most of the time that we've got this ideology that if you don't have a background, ballet background, you're not a professional dancer. And if you're specializing in African dance style, it doesn't have a technique. But the truth of the matter is that the technique is the know how to do. You know, if you know how to do something, you've got a technique of it. But because the way ballet was formed, structured, you know, and also because when you're looking at our history, we not that we never had, but we never got an opportunity to really codify our African dance into an academic level. But because we've got so much people that from the university now, they are course conveners, now it's time to take a step to codify. Can you imagine, in South Africa, you cannot have a book, there's no book that teaches you about the South African dance style.
In South Africa itself.
In South Africa itself. Not to broaden out, just like a book that your child said, Mom, Dad, I'm a Tsonga. Is there a book that I can read about Tsonga dance? Xhosa, Ndebele. We don't have that. And I think it's an opportunity to transform
Wow.
that. And if we use education as a system of transforming people for diversity, I think South Africa's going to go far.
Absolutely. And I think we're already starting to slowly see it. I mean, just on social media alone, and of course through us bending and taking from different cultures. I can only imagine your joy when you see the likes of Beyonce, who do Bantsula in Who Run the World, where you have international artists taking DJ Bong's Gwara Gwara and adding it on an international level. I mean, to Nigerian dancing, there's so much that we are taking and lending from each other. I mean, I can only imagine your joy.
Yeah, you know, when you see it, you're seeing it, that actually we are all international, in the international level. It's a matter of how you package it, the way you're presenting it. I think it's so important. And also, it's a matter of going to the past. What is it that we haven't took?
Yes.
You know, that we need to bring in the present, to archive it, to project a beautiful future. That is why I always say to people, we need to think Afrofuturism.
Yes.
How are we going to look like in future?
How are we going to look like?
How's our culture's going to transform in future? Because our culture is not confined that it doesn't transform. When you're speaking about classical African aesthetics, what does it mean? You know, that is why
This is so beautiful to kind of think about, because you've taken my basic understanding and you've elevated it, of course, with asking this question. And I'm going to go home and think for myself, how do we see us looking in the future? So paramount. And you are hands-on in communities with Black roots, ensuring that you're passing this on to the next generation.
Yes, the idea of opening Black Rose Foundation is whereby I saw that it's basically, it was too home to me, because I never had a person that would nurture me from the young age. You know, and I saw that most of the people, when you're asking them, when did you start dancing? 18 years, some they say 3 years and all the stuff. So then I look back to my community, I said we need people to start very young. So to give that a pathway, a smooth pathway, not to say, I got it hard, you're also going to get it hard, you know. But to make other people's life easier is very important.
It is very important indeed. And of course, lastly, you've already touched on infecting the city. What is this initiative about and what is your involvement?
I'm a fellow curator under the direction of Professor Jay Pater. It's an amazing opportunity. So this year we are looking at the classical African. So I'm curating 2 routes. The first route will be during the day. It will be about cleansing the Cape of Good Hope with its history, which I'm not going to dwell more of that. And the second one will be a night route, which we are speaking about awakening the ancient spirit. And that route is going to be at the castle, in the Castle of Good Hope. So 2 routes basically is all about cleansing and African rituals.
Stunning, put so perfectly. I'm definitely going to be following your journey, of course, Elvis, as you continue to give back. We appreciate it. Now join us after the break for an exciting performance by the Cape Academy of Performing Arts.